Well, it's springtime. It's time to start the chicken tractor. Ah, yes. She purrs like a rooster. There we go. Now she's at full throttle. All kidding aside, I had to get the chicken tractor back up and running. So I got some roofing materials out of that job that I got the tractor from, and just kind of slapped them on here. The other material I had on here last year blew off in the wind over the winter. Kind of expected that, so I put something a little more permanent on here. So they have shade and protection from rain, and filled up their nesting box with some fresh straw. Have fresh water in here in the bucket for now. I have some chicken nipples I'll probably hook up in here later in the summer, and probably put an onboard water tank so I can refill that between tractor runs. Things should be all set. Also put a new hinge door here on the side. I had a door on the end on this, but I never got around to putting hinges on, and it wasn't really holding together that well, so I just screwed that on nice and tight. That's on there pretty solid now. And this cage door frame thing also came from the job with the tractor, so and it had hinges on it already, so I basically just slapped it on there and away we go. I still got to do some kind of an actual latch down here, but for now I got a piece of wire run through there and just hooked on, and a couple of bricks weighting it down, and it's ready to go. So now the chickens can scratch and peck and eat worms and bugs and greens and have a relatively healthy diet, and can just move them along when I need to, and they'll crow and till and scratch and reduce weed pressures and improve crop health and fertilize all in one. If you are doing free-range chickens and you have trouble controlling their free range, or they're getting attacked by foxes, coons, coyotes, that kind of thing, this is a great alternative that still gets them out in the yard. You can move it every day if you want. I tend to wait a couple of days between moves. I let them scratch it down to basically bare earth, and then I move it over to the next spot. And it makes a tremendous difference in soil health and fertility pretty quickly. So really excellent, easy way to do it. This particular chicken tractor is 8 foot wide by 12 foot long, so you're pushing 96 square feet every time you move. So just under 100 square feet covered in 2 to 3 days, and it wipes out the weeds and fertilizes. So excellent way to do things. I'm going to build a bigger version of this for the other flock soon, sometime soon if the rain ever stops, and put them out the same way. I've had problems with them scratching up seeds and planting beds and eating tomatoes, damaging tomatoes and that kind of stuff in the summer grow season. So spring and fall I like to let them full free range. I really prefer to let them do that, but there are times when that's not the best alternative. So this is that time. The growing season is here, and I have to kind of keep them from getting into mischief. So that's a great way to do it, and a great way to improve soil. We'll just maybe take a quick look at some areas that have been worked with the chicken tractor. So I guess since I mowed this so short and it hasn't really grown back yet, it's kind of hard to tell that I did this whole strip going parallel to the road down to where the mowing stops, actually a little beyond that. And I also did this whole section in here last year after the corn crop was done in here. I know I have a couple of aerial shots. Maybe I'll include an aerial shot and you'll have a better idea of the difference between where the chicken tractor has been and where it hasn't. Anyway, that's it. Just a quick update. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network.